If Superman is the story of an immigrant who is born in a country that he makes his home and proves to everyone that he has a right to exist in it, then Supergirl is the story of a refugee who has left her home through extreme circumstances and tries to make Earth her home while also feeling alienated and distraught over losing everything she knew. Now, that sounds perfect on paper. Take it from me, as a huge fan of Superman. I even got my own little crypto right here. Oh, say hi, Coffee. I believe Supergirl has the bones of a wonderful movie. There is just one thing missing from the Supergirl movie. Supergirl. Kara is not displayed well enough in this film. She is sidelined as a side character in this plot where all the other characters and all the action happening is more important than the character building for her. Now, a lot of people like me have never really experienced any Supergirl stories. I have not watched the CW show. I have not read any of the comics. So when Supergirl is announced, the only image I had of her was at the end of Superman, where she is obnoxiously drunk. This is a great starting point for the movie because you understand she is going to fix herself by the end of it. She is going to get herself sober, and she's going to understand that her life is important and not meant to be thrown away. It's about retaining your soul. It's about looking forward to creating a new home and finding the people who mean a lot to you. That idea about a refugee story is a wonderful addition to a superhero universe, especially after the devastating events of Krypton. It showcases a story that so many people feel throughout this world, where they are thrust into another country out of extenuating circumstances and then have to adjust to the culture, to the different discrimination they might feel as being an outsider or even as a woman in this society that now she's suddenly labeled as a woman. And let's be honest, society these days amplifies misogynistic voices on the internet. I mean, even with Supergirl, what are we talking about? There's so much misogyny with this film. But that's beside the point. The movie should have focused on so much more because Supergirl is actually a very interesting character. For Supergirl to watch all of her family die before traveling to Earth as a teenager and then just accepting Kal-El as her mentor as she navigates through Earth. And to be honest, those scenes where Superman appears in the movie were some of the best in the entire movie. But that is few and far in between throughout the rest of the movie, which, to be honest, is a hard watch. Mainly because this movie doesn't understand if it wants to show Supergirl or her counterpart, Ruthie. But it detracts away from the character herself because we are not getting enough of Kara. We're not getting enough of Supergirl. That is the character that these audience members need to know. I have no idea about Supergirl. Watching the movie, I still kind of don't know her. I believe Supergirl was a wonderful movie that got lost with all the random nonsense they wanted to show rather than focusing on the characters, like Lobo, for example. I don't know why he's in the movie. I still don't understand who the heck Lobo is and how he fits in all of this. He's funny, he's entertaining, he's Jason Momoa. He is just there. Why is he there? Why is Krem a villain who is taking these underage girls as brides? That is awful. And Supergirl should be a beacon of hope for all girls around the whole world or around the whole universe, that someone's out there protecting them and that good people are out there who will save them because damn, we need that these days. And it does not expand upon it enough. It focuses more on the action and the plot than the characters. And superhero stories are stories about super people. We need to see her feel these emotions. And there are moments where Crypto is suffering and she's feeling this anger and frustration and guilt over getting the family killed. Those moments are so good and they need to be expanded upon. The fight scenes and the crazy CGI, which actually was really beautiful in this movie too, was not the heart of the movie. And I think, again, as I say through all my videos, which you should subscribe so you can stay in tune with all of my videos, but stories are about people. We need to understand the people in the stories and we need to relate to them. We need to understand where they are coming from. We need to feel what they are feeling. And that is what makes a movie so unique and perfect because any one character is so different in their life experiences. This is not Superman Part 2. This is a completely different story that needs to be told with justice and characterizations that feel true to her. This movie loses so much color and characterization of Supergirl. And I think that is the biggest flaw of this movie. It is not a tremendously bad movie. In fact, it is a good movie. It is just missing a lot of its elements. And when we saw that it was going to be the shortest DCU movie thus far out of 2, it gave me a little pause because I don't think movies need to cut out all this important character building. We need that. I really love the messaging of the film. You should not throw your life away, even if terrible things have happened to you. And that is the lesson that Supergirl gives its audience, as well as the counterpart, Ruthie, who desperately wants to kill the main villain, Krem, after losing her entire family to this madman. But in the end, Supergirl chooses to save Ruthie's soul by not allowing her to murder Krem, to which she just kills Krem at the end. That is also another point of contention because I know in the comics, she traps Krem in a cycle for 300 years into the Shadow Realm, and then he sort of has this repentance moment where he feels really guilty over all the crimes that he's done. That, to me, doesn't fit necessarily in the narrative because they really paint Krem to be awful in this one. And I do like the ideological contrast that they would set up with Superman and Supergirl, and I wish that they explored that a little bit further because right at the end of the movie, I'm like on board with this. I want to see what happens, and then it ends. And I'm like, you did not show enough. I saw her drunk and out of her mind, just with grief and alienation over her losing her home. And by the end of it, she's like, okay, well, I'm ready to start making Earth home. And that is it. That is the movie. And that needed to have been expanded upon because I just am starting to understand who she is and who she wants to be in this universe. But enough about what I think. I want to hear what you all think about Supergirl down in the comments. Do you agree with my opinions about it? Or do you have your own takes? And if you've read the comics, let me know how you think about it. Also, want to give a huge shout out. Thank you so much to all the 500 people who are subscribed to this channel. It really means a lot that this little channel and me ranting about some movies made it this big. So thank you all so much for your support. And a huge shout out to my Patreon and channel members who have graciously donated their support to help keep this channel afloat. I am so grateful. We are so grateful that you are here. You were like, he's falling asleep. Oh my God. We're so grateful you are here with us. But that is all for now. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one.